Hello and welcome to Daily Current Affair Booster. And if you're preparing for IAS, CDS, FCAT, NDA or CAPF, this video is gonna be really helpful for you because here we discuss all the important news snippets from The Hindu, All India Radio, PIB and RSTV. So today's date is 20th November of 2018. So let's have a quick look at all the important articles and quiz questions that you have to answer today. So the first question here is, which of the following Indian organization has developed a new technology for the impact-based forecasting approach to monitor the natural disaster? As you understand, there has been a lot of disasters, say the Kerala floods, followed by the cyclone Titli, and now we have cyclone Gaja. So that's the reason this particular institution becomes very important. And the right answer for this question is IMD, that is Indian Meteorological Department, and it was founded in 1875 during the British era, and it has its headquarters in New Delhi, and this comes directly under the parent organization of Ministry of Earth Science. And it's the same article from the All India Radio, and the next article is about NBFC Mudra Loans. So they have actually grown faster in the financial year of 2018, and NBFC, that is non-banking financial companies, are basically shadow banks. So they work like banks but they don't accept any deposits. So the reason why more and more MSMEs, that is micro, small, medium enterprises, are taking loans from NBFCs rather than banks is because less amount of documentation is required when you're actually taking loan from NBFC. And also under the Mudra scheme, which was launched by the present government, there are various categories in which you can take loan. The first one is Shishu if you want to take a loan up to 50,000, followed with Kishore if you want to take a loan between 50,000 to 5 lakh. And then we have Tarun scheme wherein you can take a loan from 5 lakh to 10 lakh. And the whole purpose of Mudra scheme is to actually fund the unfunded. That means all those people who actually deserves to get the money so that they can actually start a new business will get money after using this Mudra scheme. Following which there is an institution known as Microfinance Institution, and the whole purpose of actually building up this institution is to monitor and regulate all the loans that have been given. The primary reason why we have done this is to actually monitor and make sure that there is no accumulation of NPA because of the loan given to MSMEs. The next thing is to actually the inclusion, the financial inclusion that has been a purpose of the present government. So more and more sectors who are basically a part of informal sector will join in into the formal sectors, and this financial inclusion will help them. And the fourth point over here is to actually reduce the jobless economic growth, because as you understand, more and more MSMEs coming into pictures, what happens is they will create more and more employment. Take an example of a shoe manufacturing small company. So they need more and more employees. They'll provide the right amount of skills to them. So what happens is at the end of the day, you're creating job, and the economic prosperity of the citizens who are working in these particular MSEs also increases. And the next question is, which of the following is the venue for 12th World Congress on Mountain Medicine? And the whole purpose of this particular conference is to actually figure out all those important herbs, shrubs which are found in these mountain regions, which can be actually used for the medical purpose. So this particular congress will be organized in Kathmandu, which is basically located in Nepal. You can see the same thing on the poster. Following which, this news is about the Prompt Corrective Action Framework. So this is basically a method through which the central bank, that means RBI, regulates all those banks which are not performing to the optimum limit. When I say the optimum limit, the limit is based on the NPA that is being generated. The non-performing assets of most of these banks are increasing. And when you understand by NPA is, say you have given a loan to a particular party, but even though they are capable of paying you back, they're not. So what happens is those loans become bad loan, following which they become non-performing asset. So in order to make sure that such banks do not actually give away loans so easily, they put regulation or basically stop all or restrict their expansion of branches, or put a special audit on them and restructure their operation of particular banks. So the same thing is done by RBI. And if you want to know how exactly PCA, or basically prompt corrective action, is invoked, is basically there are three threshold, and if you cross any of which, PCA framework will be implied on you. And what you need to understand here is basically if your asset quality, that means amount of loan that you actually give to the parties, is not recovering back, or the profitability of your bank is not so good, in such cases the PCA will be implemented on such banks. Following which, this question is about Marie Kom. So the question is, when was the first time she actually got the first gold in the Women World Boxing Championship? As you understand, right now also she got the 6th time World Championship of gold medal, but the first time she got was in 2002. Following which, this is a news about Open Transit Data Platform. So this particular platform is provided by New Delhi government. So the whole purpose is, so normal citizen and startup can actually use the whole data, which involves the coordinates of all the bus stop, route map, timetables, and even the GPS location of every buses in real time. That means with a gap of 10 seconds will be provided in this particular platform. And this platform is developed by IT Delhi. And what they want is more and more innovative solution and initiative by startups in the transport field. So what happens here is most of the citizens will have all the information at their fingertips, and that will enhance more and more people to actually switch from private vehicles to the public transport. And the most possible consequence of this will be the reduction in pollution which is found in the NCR region. Following which, the next question is, which among the following states was ranked the highest in terms of employability rate in the India Skill Report of 2019? So first thing that you need to understand here is Indian Skill Report is actually launched by UNDP, that is United Nations Development Program. So they actually released this particular report, and based on this report, Andhra Pradesh is actually topped with when it comes to employability rate. And the reason why they have actually topped is they have invested a lot in the artificial intelligence teaching and all the skills that is required for the future development. You can talk about the IoT, artificial intelligence, machine learning. All these skills have been provided by the Andhra Pradesh government to their citizens. Followed with the next article is about Quadricycle here. So this is basically a vehicle of size of three-wheeler, but it has four tires and it fully covered just like a car. And the reason why this is news is Ministry of Road Transport and Highway have recently notified the insertion of Quadricycle as a non-transport vehicle. And the reason why the non-transport becomes important means you can use this particular vehicle for personal use. And Bajaj Alto was the first actually company which has released such a Quadricycle. And the reason why this is very important is this is very cheap, so that though all those people or middle class people who want to switch from the two-wheeler to the four-wheeler can actually go for this Quadricycle. And also this is a safe mode of transport. It is just to pass all the precaution measures that it can actually face any of the accident. All those tests are yet to be done on it. Following with the next question is, which of the following country is going to hold the 50th Union World Conference on Lung Health in 2019? So you have basically four options here: Brazil, Japan, India, and United States. The right answer over here is India, and the exact location is Hyderabad. So the whole purpose of this particular conference is to concentrate on the lung health. So as you understand, the TB which is being rise in India, so we need to actually curtail that. So in order to understand this and also to curtail the air pollution in our country, so we need to ensure that more and more people are aware about the lung related disease which can happen. Followed with the news is about Pradhan Mantri Matra Vandana Yojana, and this particular is a scheme is related to maternity benefit scheme. So what happens here is this is basically a centrally sponsored scheme. That means 60% of the finances will be taken care by the center, and this is basically a conditional cash transfer scheme wherein a pregnant and a lactating woman will get the direct fund transfer to their bank accounts. And this is being done by something known as CFIS, that is Center for Digital Financial Inclusion System. So they have actually recently given a data saying a lot amount of money has been sent to all the lactating and the pregnant women using this particular scheme. And this particular scheme is for the if you're above the age of 19 year and it's your first live birth, and this particular benefit transfer will be given to you. And this particular scheme is actually replacing the earlier scheme known as Indira Gandhi Matritva Sahyog Yojana, which was launched in 2010. And then here the next question is, which year actually was Andaman and Nicobar Island Protection of Aboriginal Tribe regulation was actually framed or promulgated? So you have basically four options here: 1962, 1956, 1951, and 1966. And this is something which you have discussed in our Indian Express analysis and even the Hindu analysis. So the right answer over here is 1956. So as you understand here, 1956 is the same year when the state reorganization actually happened. So this is something which you can relate to. Followed which the next article is about remembering the 100-year anniversary of the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. And if you don't know the incident, this happened on 13th April of 1919. So this is during the British era. So what happened was thousands of people actually gathered in Jallianwala Bagh. This is located in Amritsar. So most of the people actually gathered here to actually celebrate the Baisakhi festival. So what happened was the General Dyer here. So what he did was he actually isolated all those people in this particular area and started firing at them. So this is known as the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. And after which, in 1961, a memorial was actually created here for in order to actually pray for all the people who actually died in this particular massacre. So this memorial was established in 1961, which was inaugurated by our first president Rajendra Prasad. And right now, the present scenario is in order to actually commemorate the 100th anniversary of this particular historical event, the coins and postage will be actually launched on 13th April of 2019, followed which Ministry of Culture will organize a lot of events. Kavi Sammelans will be organized here. And the whole purpose is to actually renovate and upgrade and beautify this particular memorial right now, and also to actually bring in a virtual reality theme based show. So this is basically something which has been a new development, wherein Ministry of Tourism is going to fund it by 8 crore under the Swadesh Darshan scheme, so that more and more tourism can actually flourish in this particular region. So that's all for today, guys. Let's just revise everything that we have studied today. So we understood about the 100th anniversary of Jallianwala Bagh massacre, then the Andaman and Nicobar Protection of Aboriginal Tribe of 1956, the importance of Pradhan Mantri Matra Vandana Yojana, followed which we understood about the Lung Health 2019 Congress, and then we understood about the importance of quadricycles, and then the latest Indian Skill Report of 2019, followed which Open Transit Platform, which was launched by New Delhi, and how it will help people to more and more transfer from the private to the public transports. Then we understood about the Maricom and the prompt corrective action, the use of it, how central bank actually use it to regulate the activity of smaller banks, followed which we understood about the World Congress on Mountain Medicine, which will be held in Kathmandu. Followed which we understood why more and more MSCs are actually taking loans from NBFC and what is the whole reason of bringing in the Mudra scheme. And then we understood about the importance of IMD, that is basically Indian Meteorological Department. So that's all for today, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and share it as much as you can. Thank you and have a nice day. Jai Hind.